there's been a couple problems with my microphone that I've just finally noticed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to see if I can tackle them today before I get into anything here. Let's see here. I'm gonna say a few sentences and see if there's any. I don't hear any problems. I'm gonna unplug that. And I'm gonna see if there are any problems now. I don't hear any crackling or any other audio issues that sound like they could cause me any problems or grief. At least right now besides the echo that's coming through my tablet, it sounds just fine. So yeah, I think my microphone is fixed. This isn't hooked up yet. I don't need to be talking to it. I'm actually gonna push it away. But yeah. Cool. Looks like we might be good for now. Alright. Alright, let's update the title. Get this loading. How are we doing today, chat? If anybody's here, thanks for stopping by.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm sure it is.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Apparently.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Actually, you know what? I want to try something else first. I don't see no one talking about it, so I doubt you can. But we're gonna try anyway. Not sure what game engine it is, but let's do that to add console. And let's see if that actually works for this game. Please. I'd really like to see if we can gain access to the serious room. Gross, gross, gross. Davey reading. What time is it? Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Talk soon. What does that mean, Mr. Timekeeper? Ooh. We got access to the epilogue, chat. Might as well just chime into the new content. Fuck it. I don't see no console, by the way. Looks like that doesn't work. Many, many years later. Skyrim narrator voice. Wow, okay. I made it here. We made it here, chat. Whoa. Is this the confusion ending? Whoa. That's wild. My chair. Oh, there's so many chairs. Stanley, can you just summon chairs? Like, what the fuck's going on here? I keep looking around in a circle because I sent a bucket off. And hypothetically, I should be able to find it in this wasteland somewhere. The escape pod allegedly returns back to Earth sometime. And this is many, many years later, so. Bucket? Like, yeah, we have that, but I believe that this is Bucket. Is this Bucket, chat? Did I find Bucket? Bucket's in the epilogue, oh my gosh. It's Bucket. Bucket. It's Bucket. Chat, we got Bucket back. Let's go see what's in this building now that we got Bucket. I needed Bucket back. Generator's running. It's the memory zone. Wow, this is actually the whole point of stream. And I'm already back here. The game was gonna take me back on my own. Huzzah! Stanley Parable 2. In loving memory. Oh. Narrator? Narrator? Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, Stanley Parable 2 is adult, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for, an infinitely deep hole, who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1 like the Adventure Line? Instead we get an unexpiring side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. Found the bucket a quite comforting and welcome reprieve from... Can't read the rest of it. Archives from 20... Hold on, is there a way I can, like... Oh yeah, I can definitely get up on here. Ooh. The Mammal Times, Cat Dog Morn. Well, that's interesting. January, March, April, and September of 2027. There are archives that exist. Cookies Corner. SN Raf 3. Sorry, I haven't been blogging too much. Detected Post. Go Guy. Piss Order 0999. 2013, 2012. Cookie 9. Oh, it's Cookie 9. There's no fucking way, bruh. There's gotta be some weird shit here. Nah, there's definitely a way up onto this rock right here. No, I refuse to. I'm on the rock. Bro, let me on the rock. There's an invisible wall. Alright, let's stop messing around and get on with it here. Ooh. Gym button. Gym button. Gym button. Real Web. Gaming Tech Entertainment by Snip Sweeney. July 9th. We got a year date somewhere here? No. Its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. Yep. Certainly interesting. Is there anything interesting behind here? Nope. No jump scares or secret buckets. Uh-oh. Okay. Some more gym buttons. Gym, 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 gym. Jim. Stanley. You got the Stanley button, chat. So there's a theory going around that because a bunch of these buttons are, you know, named Jim, there's a theory that Jim is actually not only the guy who was just talking to me at the title screen there, the timekeeper as he's called, because he sets the time. Oh. $26 out of 6, let's go. Alright. Oh. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Oh! Oh, this is the timekeeper's desk. Alright, hold up. We gotta check out everything in this room. That's strange. The timekeeper's room has a timekeeper with no hands. The clock has no hands on it in the timekeeper's room. Why would that be, chat? Ooh, it's a nice image. Let's see what's on the computer chat. Ah, hello again. Hello again, friend. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not scared. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we have to do is change the number in the game's title screen. But also need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try binding some random words together to make a new title for our game. Ooh. Inspector Printer Jam. That's it. It's absurd. I love it. There's no way. Oh, even if nothing in the game itself will change when you do this. Adding more content sounds like we're no need to do that. It's not like we're... Yeah, let's do it. Alright, cool. So the timekeeper technically fixed the thing. It is 3:29. Oh, yeah, 3:30. Let's see. Alright. Oh. You want to know what's really funny about that car that we just witnessed, chat? If I were to clip it, and we were to go look at a freeze frame of it, the bucket is driving it, and it's like an original 1966-67 Mustang, and it has the word Camaro on the front license plate. Which is really funny. Alright. You got a new title screen.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it... All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
There's also a theory that 432 here is also the timekeeper. Which is an interesting theory, to say the least. There's also theories that the dude walking down this hallway occasionally is the timekeeper. Not much is known about him. Ah, the new content door. Oh. I can just casually go on back. No. Why is the narrator not talking, though? What's up with him? Narrator? Sir? Oh. Coffee nut. I really want to get one of those for someone.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that.
Wait, is it gonna say 3 and throw him off?
Nonsense?
Please.
I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, it just says 2 again.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why there are so many
Yeah, hold that.
possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
I don't think testing 2 printers at the same time worked out very well, chat. Investor.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
There's a bird on that Mac. Ooh.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will
wish I could out of bounds this game.
around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Scrum. Design pitch. Break. Pitch design. Number 2 chat. Just the 2 of us. We can make it if we try. Just the 2 of us. Just the 2 of us. Meeting at 2 p.m. You are the sequel. Ain't no way I'm reading that. Oh, you know what? Why does it keep going to the top? This is necessary to get settings world champion. And you can't just drag it with your mouse, you gotta like actually make sure that you really hit every value for setting the world champion. Bro, why do you gotta have background opacity for everything?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named
What an actual pain. Oh. Well, we just got it, and we're in the right place to access the settings world champion room.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
SWC should be up here. Ah, yes. Great job,
I
you
can
bet.
see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Alright, so hold up. So I can't walk up on those chairs, but I can walk up on this one. Unless I can walk up. I can't. Maybe I can. Oh. It's just not at a very good angle for it. Hey. Made it up on a copy machine. Doesn't really help much, but yeah, we doing good. I love the use of an old ass meme right here, though. That's pretty cool. Keep the settings world championness inside. Alright, apparently this should work now. Even though I already got it.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement...
Hey.
See, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait. What in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken
I did.
just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched?
The timekeeper.
God. Composure, composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
Wait, what? Oh! There was a kitty! Chat! Did I just find a new secret? Nah, like, actually, like, bruh. There's a little kitty cat. I would have never thought to check there. It's just yours. Works. Get yours right now.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Also, he just doesn't acknowledge a keycat. Why don't he acknowledge the keycat? Ah yes, the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
I actually do
Infinite
genuinely
fall. You can fall
enjoy
until the
this.
end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Indeed.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Yeah, it's on me.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we did some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Hold on, Trip. Will the game detect it or not? I see. It's connected, but it's in other
Great.
devices,
Now,
so I
I'm
don't think
very
it's gonna...
excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Such as...
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm
Nope.
positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Do I want to, though? I mean, like... Yeah, screw it. Might as well at least have that stuff open.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Yeah?
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch.
It really
Oh,
doesn't.
who am I
I
to
like
judge?
going in deep.
You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Alright, chat, how you want to spend our first 10 years of our eternity?
awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away
Not
into
really.
dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. The hole's consuming me again.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Well, I mean, like... You know what? Let's go into the collectibles. Cause it's gonna be like, he's gonna be like, Alright, never mind. I guess we will not go there. That's okay. Um, let's go back to the jump circle. I have some jumps left.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Let's go down to 7. New features. Is that just the sound of digital interference, or is that supposed to be some type of actual message? Kind of sounds like Morse code.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Sure will. Is there a way to fall through any of these? Alright, whatever. That's the infinite. Oh.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Valid.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, No, I've made my decision. A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless
436.
despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after
431.
much consideration, I've engineered a
435.
clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your
You got
heart.
some number one
As
dad.
long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Do I spend my last... You know what? Yeah. Thank you, Bucket. It's been a pleasure to do those last 7 jumps with you. Alright, I'm taking my bucket and we out of here. Peace. Actually, you know what, Bucket? You get to see the Settings World Champion room real quick before we go. This is my bucket, right? Not that cheap replacement you gave me. Check it out, Bucket. I got the Settings World Champion. Look at all this. This is all for me. I did the thing to earn this. It was made just for you. You see that, Bucket? I think I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit. Let me get out of here.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Don't believe there's anything left for me to see. Oh, that's so cool how it's the office, like, built into Stanley like that.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
No.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go, version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Gags are fun.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
As you
Would it
have
possibly
thus
work?
far.
I suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title
Oh no.
screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, this is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Alright, well I got the epilogue and I went to the epilogue and went through the epilogue. I don't really think there's anything else for me to check out.
This is the story of...
That said, I don't have all the achievements. Progress. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday? Alright. There is one last thing I can really do.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's gonna take a couple times to set up, so...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know, what would be really weird is randomly resetting into like the middle of a multi-reset ending. That would leave me with so much unease.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
What happens if I like try to get myself caught in this thing as it goes down?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward
I can't do
into
that.
the opened passageway.
So yeah, you just do this ending like a couple times and it should... set us up for the speed run.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
This will
Control
also
Facility.
help me get a hold of it because I'm gonna need to...
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Oh my god,
Maybe
let
he
me
had
up!
the strength to find out.
Why? All right.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced
Still
to
need to
images
like
on a
figure
screen.
out how to
And
do
Stanley,
this.
one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, because this is a multi-desk jump here. Like, I have to... Oh my god. Do I have to just, like... Wow, I really do. Oh my gosh. That's wild, chat.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had
That
Stanley
should
ever
help
been
us
under
shave a
someone's
few minutes,
control
or
all
a few
this
seconds
time?
off if I
Was
can
this the
pull it
only
off
reason
right.
he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
So we just gotta keep
No.
beating it the normal
He
way until he
refused to
starts
believe it.
letting us,
He
like,
couldn't
speedrun.
accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
I guess the
Never.
game needs to be
It was
restarted for this to
unthinkable.
work, or maybe
Wasn't
it's
it?
not even,
Was
like...
it even possible? Had he truly
Maybe the driver
spent
didn't
his
load.
entire life utterly blind to the world?
Be real cool if it just started working, but it's not gonna. Whatever. I don't need to kill the batteries if it's not gonna work anyway. I don't need it.
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation.
It's probably gonna be even
Controls
harder for me on a
labeled with
controller,
emotions,
actually.
happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert it. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself
W
from
chat.
someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Gotta love it when you're able to be happy, chat. It's always like, hell yeah, I'm succeeding in life. Whenever you feel like that. But hey, sometimes you gotta take a step back and realize, you know what? I'm food. I got food. I got water. I got shelter. I got clothes on my back. I'm not
All of
freezing
his
my ass off
co-workers were
right now.
gone. What could it mean?
Maybe I
Stanley
should take a
decided to go
step
to the
back and
meeting
just
room.
appreciate
Perhaps
what
he
I
had
got,
simply missed a memo.
Still negatory on Rare Dude.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door
Let's
on his
just
left.
try to take as little time as possible at this point.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Cool, he's gonna start running that, which lets me start practicing for it. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do it, like, the first couple of tries, but...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that. That's okay, because I can actually, like, run it proper now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Gotta go fast, chat.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Also, if you're wondering how I'm doing this,
Yet there was not a single person here
I can
either.
hold
Feeling
right
a
click
wave of
to
disbelief,
rush
Stanley decided to go up to his
with one
boss. Coming
hand.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
Thank you. He knows what I'm after. Here's the door, just go. Oh, cool, it's 420.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright.
The lights rose on an enormous
Bro, go.
room packed with...
This is gonna be tough with this keyboard. Man, help somebody.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person
This
here
is
either.
definitely something that would be
Feeling a wave
easier
of
for me to
disbelief,
do on
Stanley
144
decided to go
hertz.
up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. I am so
Here's the
sorry for
door,
the
just
people who have to
go.
watch me do this a half a million times. Alright, I'm gonna be really trying to not yeet myself off of the
Stanley
railings.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I don't even know if these skips are necessary.
The lights rose on an enormous room
Whoa.
packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Really,
Stanley
that's
thought to himself.
the
Did he
place
have to
where
stay
I have a
to
little
find
bit of...
out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's
Let's
coworkers.
go!
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And
Oh my gosh, we got it, chat, as long as I don't
Stanley
fuck this up
wanted in
somehow.
place where freedom, this mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
Let's go.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in
420.
someone else's control?
Cheers, chat.
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this... blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright, we're just looking so I don't gotta worry about
The
none
lights
of that.
rose on an enormous room packed
Although
with
I will do
television
this
screens.
first one.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an
course, it's
employee in
super
the
high
building,
up.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives
Man.
of so many individuals used to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Alright, so it's under the left side of the reticle. What's that on employee stuff? Employee 420's room is a mess. Employee 422 has a bunch of stuff on the ground. And just a whole bunch of filing cabinets for some reason. Cool. Alright. So I made it to Bucket Heaven last stream. I actually genuinely think I've covered just about everything in this game. Besides the ridiculous endings that take hours.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh.
It's bucket time.
Certainly is. Oh, I can... What if I take the bucket into the new content? I don't think I've done this. Or does it just take the bucket away from me? To go pick up the bucket? No? How will the bucket exhibit work if I already have a bucket? I gotta know.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley
got the bucket.
was a landmark. And
Will it just be like out of order, you've already been here? Like the other thing? Because I'm literally already holding the bucket.
One step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far
let me
superior
just
to a
race through
measly
this.
re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
What's gonna happen?
Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me? Stanley! Oh, thank God. I didn't lose you. Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had
Bucket!
to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk. I hope one day you can forgive me.
There ain't no fucking way. You gonna pay for that. I did my last 7 jumps with that bucket, you slimy, arrogant son of a bitch. There's so many odd noises in this. I swear, those noises
Calling
are
it the
meant to
Stanley
be.
Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic... All
Yeah,
right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
yeah, you blew up my fucking bucket, man. I'm done. Take me out of here.
So, Stanley,
Just
what do you
disappoint
think?
yourself
Do you
and
like
fucking
all of the new features?
feel
Yes, I
bad.
know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul.
He
It's
blew up my
going to
bucket,
work.
chat.
There's
My
definitely a good
bucket.
game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go, version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these
Man, we
gags
really
are,
do
they
need a
wouldn't
skip
stand on
button.
their own. They would need the
No, I'm
structure and
kidding.
the
I'm kidding.
gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Now, my question is, how far does the title screen go? I guess let's figure that out. He said every time we launch it, we'll just go up a number, right? So let's do that. Can I do the Stanley Parable 420, for example? New kind of moon. Whoa. Things get pretty wild, huh? Let's figure something out here. Did I retrieve the original bucket and did he just blow up the bucket? If so, it won't be in the epilogue. If the bucket's always in the epilogue, then it's stuck in the epilogue, and the bucket I have in the actual game is still the replacement bucket. So let's find out. Or is it every time I send a bucket in the escape pod, they show up in the epilogue when I get to that point? Let's find out, chat. Alright, let's answer this question. Alright. So... he didn't blow up Bucket, chat. Bucket's stuck right here. Okay. I want to see if anything's different if I don't grab him. Yeah, so what if I just walk off instead of walking down here? Dang, man. Encoder overloaded, what a surprise. Is my stream falling apart? I sure hope not. Where's my tablet? Let's find out. Am I having audio issues? Am I having audio issues? Doesn't sound like it. Alright. Don't seem like nothing's really too different. These are already gone, though. That makes sense. Alright, yeah, I think that's just about everything. So, I'm gonna get going for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.